marriage should not be an altar of death where women come to die, and even sometimes men. Okay, this is Cathy Wachira, and I pray that this channel will be a blessing to you. And I also want to take this opportunity to welcome our new viewers and subscribers. Karibu sana. Now, marriage is not or was not meant to be an altar of death. And allow me to use the word altar figuratively, okay? This is because, and I'm speaking this because in the society today, we are having a lot of challenges. We are having a lot of challenges, and most of the time it affects women. And sometimes even men, I will not say it's only women, but even men, where a woman, there is a way they were before marriage, sorry, and then when they get married, they just become a shadow of themselves. Some of them literally just die, and I'm not talking about physical death, and sometimes that happens too, especially where now it becomes violent, you know. But I'm speaking more of an emotional, spiritual, and mental death where someone just disappears. They are no longer the person that they used to be. And I know the question that many of us have in society today, especially the single people, who I hope I'm talking to you, the majority, because there is still hope for you for better choices. Okay. The question we ask ourselves, why? Why does that happen? And there are good marriages, but there are also not marriages that are not very good. Okay. Now, most of the time, or many a times, people enter marriage as an escape from the reality of life. And many women do that, especially. They enter marriage as an escape from the reality of life. You don't have money. You think that if you marry this person, then you'll be taken care of. Or you are lonely and you think that this loneliness is going to be saved by getting into marriage, you know. And this is the reason. So now you are entering marriage with the wrong attitude, thinking that the other person is going to pick up your tabs or the tabs of your life. You think that the other person is going to take care of your emotional needs. You think that the other person is going to take care of your financial needs. And then you enter there and then you realize it is not so. And because you're bringing nothing into the marriage, you have no vision, you have no plan, you have no career, you have no anything, that you have nothing. You are coming empty, hoping that you're going to leech on the other person to take care of you. What you forget is that it's just a matter of time and the other person is going to get tired, because remember, you are marrying a human being like you that also needs to be supported emotionally, sometimes even financially, sometimes spiritually. You know, they are human being like you. Now you go there empty, hoping that you are going to leech on them and they're going to do that for you. And that is when you get disappointed. And that is when even the other person looks at you and they're like, they're they have nothing to give you, and they get frustrated, and everyone is frustrated in the marriage. Why? Because there is one person who is not giving emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. They are just empty, you know. Why? Because they escape. Sometimes we are escaping from loneliness. Listen, if you don't know how, if today, the reality of your life today, you don't know how to deal with the loneliness, please, marriage is not going to solve that. Because in marriage, everyone has their thing going on. Even that other person you're marrying has things they're dealing with. So they're not going to fulfill you. Physically, you might not be alone because you're two of you in that house and hopefully with children. But if you don't know what it is, how to deal with your mental or your emotional or psychological or spiritual issues, if you don't know how to deal with them, or you don't know how to handle them, in other words, if you are not whole, if you are not whole, you don't know who your anchor is. You don't know who to run to. When you're emotionally drained, you don't know who to run to. When you're spiritually drained, you don't know who to anchor yourself on. You will begin to anchor yourself on another human being, and another human being is not in a position to help you. Your spouse cannot help you spiritually. or even emotionally, or even mentally. You have to have known how to handle that. That is why it is important as a person, when you're getting married, let Jesus be the center of your life. Let Jesus be your anchor, so that in those days, and those days are going to come, they will be there. When your partner cannot help you, then you know where to go for help. You know where to go for strength. Okay? You know, and if you are lacking, the reality of your life today is you lack financially or materially, begin to work on that, so that this other person will get you as you're working on it. Or there's something you are doing. You cannot just sit down and hope that somebody's daughter or son is going to marry you and save you financially. It is just a matter of time. Even if they do, maybe you're beautiful, you get away, you find your way somehow you get in there. It is just a matter of time. You're going to get very boring for them. You are empty, you are boring, you bring nothing. It's just a matter of time. So I'm speaking about this because these are the reasons why men just go in marriage and they die, because what they thought was going to save them, they realize that this person is not a god. They realize that this person's money, yes, it is money, it is buying food, but it is their money, you know. And then you start to complain, oh, you're not giving me this, or you are not doing this for me. But how much can someone help you? I get it. So, and I'm not saying that people go to marriage and become independent, or that men also don't do their work of providing. No, they can do all that. But it is important that you have something you're doing for yourself. Marriage is supposed to be, the intention of God was that marriage becomes a place or a space where every hidden thing that is inside you, every good thing, your gifts, your powers, your ability, all those nice juices that are inside you should now come out. Why? Because number one, you have support. You have someone cheering you and telling you go. You know, your career, someone cheering you in your career, in your whatever it is that you do. You have someone to cheer you now. You are now not walking alone. You have support. You have a partner. You are no longer two but one. You know, there is support. So marriage should make someone better. Marriage should make a woman better. Marriage should make a man better. You should be more glorious. That is what a true marriage is supposed to be. But when it becomes the opposite, then there is a problem. Because even people who get married to people who maybe sometimes are not good, you know, it's because them themselves, at the time they were marrying this person, they were not stable enough to pick it up, you know. So please, let us desire as both men and women to be whole. Please work on your mental, emotional, all those things before you get, as you're planning, as you're hoping to get married, you know, all those things, so that you don't enter into something as an escape route. My prayer is that, and that is my prayer, please let us not enter marriage as an escape from the reality of this life. Enter it because you know you are ready. Emotionally, you are mature. You can handle things, so that, and sometimes things will go wrong. It is the truth. Sometimes things will go wrong. But when you're emotionally stable, spiritually stable, mentally stable, even physically stable, you don't have to wait for someone to 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 to, to physically abuse you 10 times before you realize that your life is in danger. You will know it is time to make an escape. You know, you don't have to wait for someone to year come year go telling you horrible things, mentally abusing you, emotionally abusing you for years, for you to know it is time for another plan, or it is time for me to move out. Are you getting? But when you don't have anything, for you that was the only, that marriage was your god with a small g, then you're going to stay there, and that is why you begin to just die. And everyone is just saying marriage is a scam, marriage. No, it's because many people enter marriage as an escape, and that was never so. God did not say that people should go there empty. You know, God told Adam, I am going to give you a helper, someone who is going to help you to build, someone who is going to help you to rule and to have dominion over the earth, not someone who is going to become part of the problem or part of the, you know, that is not what God said. So my prayer is that we are going to enter marriage as people who are also coming with something. Don't enter there empty. Otherwise, it is going to disappoint you, and you'll just become a shadow of who you are supposed to be. May the Lord help you in Jesus' name.